A lot of these guys who go get their certifications and stuff, they're great test takers. They made enough money to maybe put on the show that they have a nice toolbox and tools. You ask them all the questions in the interview, they answer all the questions in the interview. You're like, wow, this guy seems like he's really got it together. And then he hits your shop floor. Within a couple hours, you're like, yep, this isn't going to work.
Yep.
Okay, so management success, Mike Lee used to say, hire fast, fire fast. Interview them, ask them all the questions. If they don't work out, get rid of them as fast as you hired them.
Yep.
Oh, in today's world, that's horrible. You didn't walk over and tell them what you expect them to do. I hired you as a mechanic, so I expect you to fix cars. Well, I literally had a guy that came in, and he told me as a painter. His name was Chris at Motor City. This was a couple years ago, and he came in as a painter. He brought in his book, showed me all these cars he painted. I'm like, cool, looks great. All right, I'll hire you as a painter. This guy was slow as shit. Okay, and I can understand being slow because you're meticulous, but he was slow, and he did terrible paint work.
Yeah.
Okay? Well, I let him go. I said, you just painted a trailer, and it looks like you painted it with a paintball gun. So I said, I'm letting you go. I've warned you several times. Your work is just not up to par. I'm just not gonna have you here doing that kind of work, turning it out of my business. He sent me a text later that night, and he said, I don't remember exactly how it was worded, so I'm just going to go ahead and just think what I said. He said something like, if you hire people, you should tell them what's expected of them. And I responded back, when in your next interview, you need to tell people you're a painter's helper. And he's like, wow, that stung. I said, that's the truth. Okay. Am I a dick for saying it? Yeah, but he was a dick. Think about it, there's a generational gap.
Yeah.
I hired you as a painter. I fire you because you can't paint. And come to find out, he had a friend and his dad or some kind of shit that was helping paint all these cars in the book. Never brought that up. Found that through the grapevine, right? Could talk about paint and all that stuff like that. But there's a guy that messaged me back and said, you fired me because I couldn't paint. I was running paint. You hired me as a painter, but you really didn't tell me you really wanted me to paint cars. It's basically and paint them good.
You've got one job, bro. What do you want me to tell you to do?
So them are the